Hey, rich friends, it's your girl Cha Cha reporting live from the Cosmic Club, and we are back with another episode of Off the Charts. This is an amazing series where I help you to dispel common misconceptions about money and to also really take a deep look and examine your relationship with money and to make it better. If this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. Off the Charts is a series I've been doing for about 2 years now, and I've recently transitioned it to a podcast. So if you prefer listening to podcasts, you can check out Off the Charts anywhere that podcasts are streamed. Just search Off the Charts and put Cha Cha, and the episodes will come right up. So if you're new here, this is actually season 4 of Off the Charts. You can find seasons 1 through 3 on my playlist. Just go ahead and make sure that you check that out. Explore the channel. Another series that I host on this channel is called The Money Mantra, and that is where I teach as many people as possible how to become independent and profitable traders within the foreign exchange market. It's something that I really love to do. I'm really passionate about that as well, and just really helping people to create better lives for themselves because if you believe you can, you can, and if you believe you can't, you can't. And it's really that simple because everything starts in your mind. It's something we really have to embrace and understand is that thoughts are things. So I'm really excited to be doing season 4 of this show. Seasons 1 and 3 were focused on just some thought-provoking questions that you can just ask yourself to really explore and really alter how you're thinking about yourself, how you're thinking about your finances, how you're thinking about your future. And if you're actively thinking about those things at all, or if you're just having empty mental activity. Now that may sound a little bit harsh, but a lot of people they just have mental activity, but they're not actually thinking because thinking involves processes that should be logical, right? So in season 2, I review a book called The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles. It's a really amazing book. If you haven't had a chance to read it or listen to the audiobook, you can check that out on YouTube as well. Um, so this is the second time I'll be doing a book review, and this time I'm reviewing one of my favorite books. And anybody who's on the path to riches or wealth, I'm pretty sure that they've stumbled across this book before, and it is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now I've been aware of this book for a couple of years, but it was actually Bob Proctor who made me want to take this book more seriously because if you don't know who Bob Proctor is, I highly recommend that you look him up as well because he's one of the greatest thought leaders of our generation. He really helped me to change the way I think about things. And I feel it's very important to carry on his legacy and to help you create a legacy for yourself as well. Now, in this book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill actually discusses 13 principles that he's discovered after studying over 25,000 people over the course of 25 years. And if that sounds like a lot of information, a lot of people, it is, but he was able to really narrow it down to the common thread that people who have found massive amounts of success and massive amounts of wealth, what is the common thread or the common threads that are holding these people together? And I think the book is not too long. It's pretty cohesive, and if you really understand what is being said in this book, then you really can think and grow rich. Now it may sound a little bit crazy, but when he breaks it down really practically, it makes a lot of sense. So in this series in season 4, we're just taking a deep dive and we are really going through these chapters one by one to figure out what is Napoleon Hill trying to say and how you can use these things to improve your life as well. So the first chapter that we talked about was called Desire, because if you want to accomplish any goal, you first have to have the desire to want to accomplish that goal. And just within the realm of desire, you have to be persistent and you have to keep working on that goal until it's done. Because what's the point of setting a goal if you're not going to be passionate about it, if you're not going to be persistent about it, and you're not going to be definite about it, right? Once you fix your mind on something, and I've heard people say this all the time, like once I make up my mind about something, it's done. And that's really how the process of manifesting wealth into your life really starts. And again, I say this on all of the videos. It doesn't have to be wealth in a material sense, but who doesn't want that? This could be spiritual wealth, right? This can be wealth in your relationships. This could be wealth in however you see fit, but it's going to start with first the desire to actually want to have that thing. Now, the second thing that he talked about was faith. And that's one of my favorite chapters. And again, you don't have to be a religious person to understand the concept of faith, but you do need to have a strong belief system in that what you're trying to achieve is achievable, or else you're not going to put 100% effort into actually trying to make that thing come true, right? Like if you, let's just say you wanted to, I always use this example because it's pretty relatable and easy for people to understand. If you wanted to lose weight, right, you're not going to continuously change your diet, eat healthier, and go to the gym, incorporate exercise into your daily plan if you didn't have the faith that you're going to get the results that you're seeking, right? And they do say faith without work is dead, because it's true. You can't just believe something and then not be willing to do the things that it takes to get to that thing. And that's really extremely important and something that we all need to understand as we set goals for ourselves and as we are on the path to trying to achieve those things. Now, this next chapter has to be one of my favorite chapters, and not just in this book, but in life. It's like one of the greatest things I've ever learned. And it started with Bob Proctor, but Napoleon Hill really put it into a great perspective. And it's called auto suggestion, right? Now, the concept of auto suggestion basically reminds us that we are in control of our mind, we are in control of our thoughts. And once we come to that conclusion and we accept that conclusion, we also have the ability to rewire our internal programming to shift it closer to the results that we actually want. So, what does this mean? Say, for example, if you want to eat healthier and you want to be healthy, but you live in a house that's constantly filled with snacks. You may live in a food desert where you don't have access to a lot of food. So as you're driving around, as you're walking around, the types of commercials that you're seeing, they're all geared towards eating unhealthy. Let's just say the advertisements that you see on your social media and the people that you follow, they all have unhealthy eating habits. Now, naturally, if you are immersed in this environment of unhealthy eating, this is going to influence how you're eating. It's going to influence the health decisions that you make, because that's all that you see. So that's all that you can relate to, and that's all that you can aspire to. Now, what auto suggestion says is that you have this awareness that the things that I'm seeing are not healthy and I don't want these things. What types of things do I want? So you start to expose yourselves to situations that are more in alignment with what you want so that you can make better decisions for yourself. So again, let's just say we're sticking with healthy eating. You would want to maybe follow people who talk about healthy eating. You would maybe want to follow social media pages who promote fitness and health and wellness. Maybe you don't have a gym or area directly where you live that can help you get fit. So you may have to go to a different neighborhood that has more open spaces for parks. They may have gyms, they may have fitness centers, they may have just different things for you to do. So it takes you exposing yourself to these things to change your internal programming to know that these things are possible for you. Now, the concept of auto suggestion also says that, again, you can rewrite your programming, but you have to be very intentional about it and you have to be consistent with it, because it's not going to happen overnight. You have to think about it. What you think now and how you relate to money and how you relate to goals, how you see yourself, it has all been it's been conditioning. Like you've been conditioned to act this way, to believe this way, to do these things ever since you were younger. Now let's get back on the topic of money. Do your friends have positive relationships with money? When you talk about money to your friends and family, is it typically people complaining that they don't have enough, they're short, or that they don't think that they can get the things they want? Are you talking to people who are busy just hoping and wishing and dreaming that they could have money? Are you following people on social media who are very negative about money and who have very unhealthy relationships with money, right? Maybe they're overspending or they're spending their money on unhealthy things, and that's not what you want for yourself. The reason why you could be making bad financial decisions and you're not in a position where you want to be is because you've been in this negative money environment for so long, and you have to break out of that, right? If you want to be a nurse, you're going to go to nursing school, right? If you want to be a chef, you're going to go to culinary school. You're going to surround yourself with these things. You're going to continue to gain knowledge on this thing. And this is more on this on the chapter in specialized knowledge, but you're going to essentially immerse yourself in this environment so that you can get the result that you're looking for. Now, if you're on a path to creating wealth for yourself, wouldn't it be very smart to start to surround yourself with people who have also aligned themselves with wealth, right? Maybe follow millionaires on social media. Maybe follow people who give you positive financial advice, right? Maybe stop watching TV or accepting programming into your mind that's counter to what you actually want for yourself, right? You have the ability to change your programming by consistently telling yourself what it is that you want, therefore attracting those things into your life. Now, another example I use all the time because it was one of the most perfect examples that I've heard when it comes to auto suggestion is think about your name, right? Your name is your name because you were given that name years ago. And you've only accepted that this is your name because you've heard it over and over and over and over and over again until you believed it. Now, if somebody who did not know you was to come up to you and say, hey, your name's not such and such, your name's such and such, you're going to say definitively with a definite purpose, with a desire, and with faith, right, that that is not my name. My name is this. But you only know that and you only believe that and you only trust that because that is what you've been told. Now, think about it when it comes to making money. If you consistently tell yourself, I am a millionaire, I am a millionaire, I am a millionaire, I am a millionaire. My finances are in order. 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 I attract money in my sleep. 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 Eventually, you're going to be able to rewire yourself and to reprogram your entire mind so that you're making better decisions and that your results are a direct reflection of the things that you've accepted into your mind. Now, this is a pretty simple concept. And the way that Napoleon Hill suggests that you can go about um, reprogramming yourself with auto suggestion, with the concept of auto suggestion, is to read the self confidence formula, which I'm going to read for you guys here. And you can also find this online. You can just Google the self confidence formula and it'll come up. And this is a great way to start to reprogram yourself. So let me just get to it here, you guys. 1 second. Well, guys, just Google the self confidence formula. I don't want to keep you too long, but I'm going to read one more thing from this book, or one thing from this book, that is just also something to think about when it comes to auto suggestion, and it is this. Napoleon Hill says that recall what has been said about the subconscious mind resembling a fertile garden spot in which weeds will grow in abundance if the seeds of more desirable crops are not sown therein. Autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed his subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature or, by neglect, permit thoughts of a destructive nature to find their way into the rich garden of the mind. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. The seeds that you accept into your mind are the ones that are going to grow. If you don't consciously plant seeds and consciously nurture seeds and thoughts, then everything else is still going to fill your garden and it's going to grow there. And these are going to end up being weeds in your life that are going to produce results that are the opposite of what you want and definitely the opposite of wealth. The reason why a lot of people are not that successful is because a lot of people don't really have the discipline and the awareness to know that they are actually in control of what they think, right? Now, you're going to have a lot of messages coming at you just with social media and the age that we live in. It really is information overload. But the fact that you have the awareness and the ability to be able to filter out what comes in, right? Which will in turn filter out what comes out of you, that is extremely important and something you need to be mindful of and be serious about. And you really can start today, right? So I really hope that this video was helpful. I really hope that it resonated with you on some level and that you learned something about yourself, about the possibility to think and grow rich. And I highly encourage you to check out the series on um, Spotify, right, and Apple Podcasts as well, because I typically release three episodes at a time on the podcast, but on YouTube is one episode a week. If you guys didn't know from our previous videos, my goal is to release about 100 or more mindset and money videos for you to help you improve your life this year. So again, if you found this helpful, just make sure that you hit the like button, leave a comment, and let me know what really stood out to you. Share this video with somebody who you think could use this information. And yeah, hit the notification bell so that you never miss when I post another video. So that's all I have for you guys today. Until next time, rich friends.